Good afternoon, neighbor. So today in this video, I'm going to go to a few places that I guess are very fond in my heart, because they're places that I spent time growing up. And this first place, this is Sunshine Preschool. And it feels like very little has changed. There's still like this little playground with its equipment fenced in the front of the building. And I remember there was a graduation ceremony for this preschool. And I remember an auditorium. We were all in an auditorium. I think that I got like this picture Bible. I remember, I think maybe my name was signed in it, and maybe I had like a dedication or like dedicated to Matthew. I also remember an art project. One time there was an art project. And this might have been either here at Sunshine Preschool or in kindergarten, which was at another school. But I remember there was a project where we had this box of sprinkles, or like the glitter. And I decided that the most efficient way to use glitter was to put like a trail of glue on the paper, and then dump the whole box of glitter on to the paper. I remember the teachers didn't like this. And I had to clean up the box of glitter, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. It was just funny. It's a funny memory. I also remember Felt Jesus, with the stories that they would tell on the felt board, with the little like Jesus figures and all of the different like characters made out of felt. And yeah, I don't remember much beyond that. Uh, there are some deer out on the hill right now. So this next location is a nursing home. And I think that this is where my great grandma lived for a little while. I also remember going here to sing Christmas carols one Christmas season. So this next stop is a car wash, and you can see it just has this, it's a really long car wash. It's designed very differently than like a modern day car wash, or I don't know if it's very different. I feel like the modern I feel like they try to design the car washes today with more windows. This is a brick building with, I guess there are a lot of windows, but you can tell by its architecture and its age that it's an older building. And then over here, we've got just the car wash booths that you drive up into. And I remember this place as a place that I remember coming here as a kid to get car washes. And I remember being afraid of the car wash. And it's still, when I think about it, kind of a scary thing for a kid to go through, or even for a car to go through. I guess, I don't know, I've lost things in car washes before with my vehicle. I remember my parents, they had two Volkswagen Vanagons, an 85 and an 87. And then there was also a Volkswagen bus, but I don't remember that one, like in my memories. But my parents have told me since then that they had a bus. I remember my favorite car, my favorite of them was the 85. I don't remember what exactly I liked about the 85 Volkswagen Vanagon. There's a feeling that I have attached to that or that love for it. But yeah, I remember crying when my parents sold the vehicles. I remember we kept one of the keys, and I still have that key somewhere in a box. And yeah, car washes. Okay, so our next location is what I've heard described as a strip mall. It's just a chain of stores. It's the standard, I guess it's the standard box store format that buildings are built in these days. This location in particular is it's where the old Scottsdale Mall used to be. And I don't remember the exact footprint that it had, but I feel like it came out pretty close to this road over here. I believe this is Ironwood. And one of the things that made this mall special, at least for the area, was that it was a two-story mall. The other mall that's probably 20 minutes away from here, University Park Mall, which is still an active mall. That one's just one story. And yeah, I remember there being a magic to malls growing up. I remember just enjoying getting to go to the mall. I remember the escalator, and I remember us as kids trying to run up the down escalator, and then getting yelled at by a security guard. And I also remember being afraid of like getting my shoelaces caught in the escalator's teeth. And I'm still kind of afraid of that. Um, yeah, that's not something you'll, yeah, that can cause some hurt. Um, I remember the Target store that was connected. So I think the Target store is over on this side of the parking lot now. But it used to be all the way out there. And I remember just with like the way it seemed like it was an odd, the Anchor store, like it seems like it was a bad add-on to the mall in just the way that, at least that's what I remember. I remember just the way that it connected to the rest of the mall. It seemed like, oh, let's connect to this Target here. Yeah. I remember the food court, and I remember, I guess I just remember the feeling of what that uh, food court was like. Um, yeah. So, this next stop is today. It's called Southgate Church. It's at the south entrance of South Bend. And this, I don't know how long it was, my church, but it used to be called Calvary Temple. And I remember a lot of different things here. I remember my dad playing guitar in the worship band. Let's get a picture of that cross, the steeple right there. Yeah. I remember someone telling me that all churches were shaped like crosses, and that wasn't true, because this one's not shaped like a cross. The design of this church is really neat, I think. The hallways inside, you can see that it has a cylindrical shape to it. But the hallways, they curve around the sanctuary. And I just remember that being such a cool thing, that you could like go down the hallway, end up in the same place, and then like go down the hallway and not be able to see like the end of the hallway and like end up somewhere else. And it's I've always just enjoyed seeing those different architectural things. I remember in one of the houses that my grandma used to live in, there was a bedroom that had two entrances to it. You could enter it, I think, through the living room or like the bathroom maybe, and then you could also enter it through the hallway, like the entryway hallway. I remember I was a part of a little like guess it was a children's ministry. It was called Royal Rangers. And I remember they gave us a sheet of paper. And we all like went to the window. We looked out the window. I feel like the lights were turned out, which doesn't, I don't know. We either closed our eyes or the lights were turned out, or both, and they had us draw the skyline, or just what we saw out there, with our eyes closed. And I think it was probably some lesson demonstration. You can see that there are some exterior stairs here on this building. The other side of the building looks exactly like this side of the building, just opposite. There's also a gym attached to the back side of the building. And wow, just thinking about this, there are so many memories coming to mind. I'm thinking about stories from the Bible. I'm thinking about people. I'm thinking about different campy songs that they would sing in children's church. And I'm thinking about a couple of different rooms in particular. I'm thinking about the way that they would theme the rooms with some like decorations, and like there would be like this story, I guess, being told through the different rooms. And I'm also thinking about there was a song that I associate this place with. I don't know the artist, but it's called Shackles. And it's like this. I'm not going to be able to take the shackles off my feet so I can dance. And yeah. Oh, so many memories. I remember they had the Pinewood Derby here, where you'd make these little race cars out of blocks, and then you'd weigh them down with some weight, and they had to be a certain weight in order for them to go down the ramp. And then there was I'm thinking of the VeggieTales movie Jonah. I remember that was played here in the gym. I'm thinking of Flavor Blasted Goldfish. Yeah. So many good memories. And I remember one day in particular, like getting into the car after Sunday service on the other side of the building, getting into the van, and we usually went to Taco Bell after Sunday service. There's a Taco Bell downtown South Bend. That's the one we went to. And it's since then been remodeled. The roundabout at this intersection is a recent addition. Yeah. Next stop. So I don't have any particular childhood memories attached to this building, but it is in the area of where I used to live as a kid, and it just stood out to me. It burned down, it looks like. You can see the front side of the building. The entire roof is gone. This glass has been busted out. All of this glass. This glass up here still remains. But looks like they opened up these windows to let it air out. And I'm guessing it was recent. But I hope that they do something good with it. I really hope it doesn't get torn down, because this is a part of South Bend's history, and more and more of its buildings are getting demolished. This right here is the first home that I ever lived in, and I'm not going to stay too long, but maybe I'll say more about it later. So this temple right here is just right down the street from my childhood home, and I don't know why I do, but I associate it with my grandpa, Papa, and I don't think there's anything like special about it. I don't think we ever went to church here, but it just sticks out as like a landmark, from just a landmark, as this is one of the places that I lived growing up. And on the other side, down the street, there's I think it's a high school. I know it's a school, and that's also one of the things that just sticks out. And then down this street is the railroad, and then the river. And I remember sitting on my dad's lap watching the trains go by, because I really loved watching the trains. The streets in this neighborhood are very, very, very tiny, and they were not designed for cars. So this also stands out as a childhood landmark. The South Bend Farmers Market. And it's just down the street from IUSB. It's also down the street from my childhood home, which I think I lived there for about 6 years, from 1994 to 2000, approximately. And I just have a lot of different flashes of memory when it comes to this place. And it's over 100 years old, 102, right there. There's also Howard Park, which is nearby. And there's also another park. I can't think of its name right now, but it's right next to the Notre Dame Boathouse. And right over here, here, I'll get a better shot of it after this. But we got the Grand Trunk Western Train Bridge. And then across from here, in this area, just on the other side of this building, there's Bambers and what else? Yeah, a lot of little things. Some of them, they stand out as more recent memories from when I lived in this area around 2016 to 2020. But when this place is opened, it gets packed. There are folks even parking on the streets over here, and yeah. I know that there's a cheese shop over on the corner. I think right there. Yeah, I've never been in. So this will be the last location for today. But this is the St. Joe High School. And it used to be, before it was the St. Joe High School, it used to be Memorial Hospital. And it was an old hospital building with a bunch of add-ons, and it's hard to heat because of all the different add-ons, and it just wasn't designed for heating and air conditioning. And I have a few random little snippets of memory of the parking lots here. And I remember one time there was some sort of trick-or-treating party, or like trick-or-treating get-together, where we went to the hospital and did trick-or-treating or something like that. I don't know. But this is where I was born. The hospital no longer exists.